Cyborg Spider-Man is another Spider-Verse character that made an appearance in Across the Spider-Verse. So let's find out who he is. What's up, my comic comrades? With Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 hitting the big screen this weekend, we wanted to talk about another alternate Spider-Man appearing in the movie, and that is Cyborg Spider-Man. So today, we're gonna break down his origin. But even before knowing Cyborg Spider-Man's backstory, I bet he loves kicking back with a good mobile game in between web-slinging. And speaking of dope games, let me introduce you to my current obsession, Rush Royale, who has actually partnered with us for today's episode. Rush Royale is a fun tower defense game set in a magical realm, a realm filled with archers, bruisers, blade dancers, you name it. In this mobile game, you're tasked with dominating enemy invaders in an epic battle. You can take on players in PvP mode, break through their defenses, and earn trophies and rewards. Its immersive gameplay and unique features makes it one of those games that just keeps you entertained. And now the game has partnered with one of the internet's most well-known personalities, Jake Paul. That's right, Jake Paul is now a playable hero in the game, bringing his own unique mechanics and abilities to the fray. Jake's hero character is voiced by the man himself and possesses unique abilities like Super Punch, Hype, Energy Boost RR, Memory Photo, and Champion's Belt, all to help you defend your tower against all sorts of villains. The character is also a limited time edition and will only be available until July 29th. So defend the tower and get Jake Paul now for free. You can install Rush Royale for free using our link in the description or by scanning the QR code right here on the screen. Doing so gets you a special Master Chest bonus, complete with gold, a set of cards, and magic dust that could be exchanged for a legendary card. If you're using an iOS device, make sure you allow tracking on the first launch of the game to get that chest. Gotta move on though, these rewards are limited and Jake Paul won't be around forever. Your bonus arrives within a day after downloading with our link. So what are you waiting for? Defend the tower and get your game on. Alright, so the original Cyborg Spider-Man first appeared in Spider-Man 21 from 1992. At the beginning of the issue, we see the character Solo, an adept soldier with the ability to teleport himself certain distances, having beaten the crap out of Spider-Man. As Solo is about to deliver the killing blow, Spider-Man is saved by a mysterious character known as Cyborg X, who starts lighting up Solo with gunfire, forcing Solo to cut his losses and teleport out of there. Once Solo is gone, Cyborg X walks over to the injured Spider-Man and just stares at him. We then see Mary Jane Watson in her bedroom, who wakes up asking, Peter, are you here? And she realizes he didn't make it home last night, telling herself, sometimes I get so worried. I think he's finally gotten into a situation that he can't get out of. That being Spider-Man has finally caught up to him, and Peter's dead, and I'm alone again. Well, as we know, he definitely got himself into a situation, and on the next page, we see how severe that situation has gotten for Spider-Man. He wakes up somewhere with a cyborg arm and eye saying, what happened to me? I've been turned into some kind of cyborg. I think I'm gonna be sick. A voice replies, you're awake. Good. Spider-Man replies, this had better be a gag from one of those blooper practical joke shows or I'm going to be really steamed. The mysterious doctor says, relax Spider-Man, you're at Karen Labs in Manhattan, a government-owned facility. I'm McDonald, the head guy around these parts. Your arm is in a cast. You have a hairline fracture. This cast will allow you to maintain full function while allowing it to heal at an accelerated rate. Spider-Man says, that's a relief. How did I get here? McDonald answers, strangely enough, it was Cyborg X who brought you in. Spider-Man replies, everybody's putting X in their names these days. Okay, I'll bite. Who's Cyborg X? McDonald answers, he's a cyborg we met in that shopping center a couple days ago. He's the first in a line of a breed of super soldiers. He's the Captain America of the 90s. At least that was the plan. An unfortunate accident during his testing led to a major malfunction in his computer program. Most of X's senses are supplied by that program, and with it temporarily scrambled, he was flashing back to the last few hours prior to his accident. In his confusion, he saw you were in danger, so X saved your life. By that point, X's vision was functioning again, so the human portion of X recognized you. Luckily for you, his computer was repairing itself quickly and he was able to find our facility and bring you here. You lost a lot of blood. Your biometric information has been obtained from Cyborg X's program. We did all of our patchwork on you without removing your costume, so you could rest assured that whatever secrets you have, we don't. We even replaced your damaged eyepiece. The short of it is, this first incarnation of Cyborg Spider-Man isn't really a cyborg at all. The metal arm is actually a cast that allows Spider-Man to use his arm fully while it heals at an accelerated rate. And that eyepiece is not a cybernetic eye, but a lens that Karen Labs gave him to replace his broken one. At the very end of the next issue, issue 22, we see Spider-Man break free from his cast as it's fully healed. Now, even though this first version of Cyborg Spider-Man wasn't really a cyborg, it did become somewhat of a fan favorite, mainly because it was so bizarre, cool, and just screamed 90s. So much so the character was revisited years later in 2014 Superior Spider-Man, issue 33, which gave us a true Cyborg Spider-Man. At the beginning of Superior Spider-Man issue 33, we are taken to Earth 2018 on the west side yards of Manhattan, where we see Karn fighting this world's Spider-Man. Spidey is running away from him, saying, "Not much to say, Chuckles? Guess you're a Teddy Roosevelt type. Speak softly and carry a big whatever that is," as Karn throws a train car at him with one hand. Karn then walks up behind Spidey and stabs him through the back with his blade coming out of his chest. But shockingly, Spider-Man does not die. He just says, "You got me, partner," right in the sonic cannon, as his back opens up, revealing a sonic cannon, which he blasts Karn with while saying, "Sucker." Then on the next page, we see the Spider-Man go full cyborg. With Karn on the ground, Cyborg Spider-Man then says, "Handsome and smart, rare combination." Karn then replies, "If you think your weapons can leave me," Cyborg Spidey just says, "No, I know better. Some fellas from out of town told me about you. To stop the guy in the diving mask, I'm gonna need a little help from my friends." As we see Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Man India, Six-Armed Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Girl, Spider-Monkey, and Assassin Spider-Man teleport in to help Cyborg Spider-Man out. This obviously leads to a massive battle between the Spiders and Karn, a battle where Karn's brother and sister, Brix and Bora, even show up. The battle eventually ends with Superior Spider-Man opening up a portal for all the Spiders to get to safety. Once back to safety, Superior Spider-Man repairs Cyborg Spider-Man's left arm. After this, Cyborg Spider-Man helps all the other alternate versions of Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse defeat the Inheritors. However, it all came to a tragic end for Cyborg Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man 10, a Spider-Verse tie-in, when several Spider-Men are fighting an Inheritor. Cyborg Spider-Man starts shooting at him with all of his cybernetics as the other Spiders start attacking the Inheritor as well. But the Inheritor, getting frustrated from all the gunfire, just goes right up to Cyborg Spider-Man, punches him in the chest, killing him. Spider-Punk says, "Cyborg's down." Now technically, since he's a cyborg, he can be brought back at any time, but the point is, he didn't last too long in the Spider-Verse story. Now, even though the character hasn't appeared that many times in comic books, first appearing in Spider-Man 21, even though it turned out that he was not actually a cyborg, just thought to be one at first, before ultimately returning and being reimagined as a true Cyborg Spider-Man in Superior Spider-Man issue 33, and having a brief stint with the Spider-Verse storyline. He has still become quite popular because it's just a brilliant concept. It's kind of the equivalent of Commando's Spawn. He hasn't really been in that many things, but the concept is so cool that fans are always talking about it and like to see it whenever they get a chance. We even got a skin for the original Cyborg Spider-Man for the PS4 Spider-Man game, but we got a very different version of Cyborg Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse, as this version of the character is Spider-Woman. Now, before we wrap this up, let's go over Cyborg Spider-Man's powers, which quite frankly is pretty simple. He has all the normal Spider-Man powers and abilities, with the addition of all of his powers and abilities being enhanced by cybernetics. So crazy, he's literally a cybernetic Spider-Man. Who would have thought? He has an array of different cybernetic weapons, but his most notable one is his sonic cannon. I mean, we all like Spider-Man and we all like cyborgs, so this is a perfect hybrid version of the character. But there you go, guys, a short and simple origin of a character who hasn't appeared all that much in the comics, but nonetheless has become very popular with fans. In any case, let us know what you think of Cyborg Spider-Man and this new iteration they're doing for the movie down in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next time when we talk some JSA.